In but 2 days, Donald Trump will be sworn in as the 45th President of the United States. The time will be marked by both celebration and protest. And as part of a CBS News special, a team of producers heard from everyday Americans, folks like yourself, about where they now stand.
My name is Luhani. I'm from Venezuela, and I'm expressing my feelings on our president-to-be. There was a lot of pain, a lot of damage done to our families, our friends, our loved ones. Everybody here was impacted in some kind of way. The LGBT community fears under your presidency, and we want to be noticed.
My name is Jeremiah Newton, and I own The Bearded Bastard, Newton Plus Co., and My Dear, and we are in Austin, Texas. Mr. President, that with great power comes great responsibility, and that just to let you know, you hold our nation in your hands. And that means a lot to us as Americans, and as a business person for sure, because we don't know what's going to happen over the next 4 years, and I really hope that you can treat America with the utmost respect.
My name is Suzie, Cadey, and we're in Katy, Texas, and I am Development Director with the Pin Oak Charity Horse Show. The office is much bigger than you are. I was in DC shortly after the election, and walking around the Lincoln Memorial and seeing all the monuments and realizing that this one election and you as one person are so small compared to the enormity of our country and our mission and our purpose. So I hope that you grow in this role.
I am Billy Woods. I'm the newly elected Marion County Sheriff here in the state of Florida. People have said it, and the military have said it. Why do we win so much? It's because the soldier is fighting for the man or woman that's standing next to him. And that's no different than here at home for our law enforcement. They run to danger not because they want the excitement of the action. It's because of the love for their fellow human being and the Americans here at home. They are so willing. Their compassion and their love for you is above everything else. Plain and simple as that.
My name is Michonne Maddock. I am a small business owner, entrepreneur, and we're in Milford, Michigan in my home. Dear President Trump, I want you to know that we fought really hard for you, and we will continue to fight for your conservative message here in Michigan. I can't even believe that makes me want to cry. And all across the country, your message is why you won.
My name is Shamell Bell. I'm a Ph.D. student at UCLA in culture and performance, and I specialize in street dance activism, and I'm a Black Lives Matter activist. We seem to be in the same exact place that we were when I told myself, when I learned about Martin Luther King when I was younger, I said, oh, I wish I could be a part of the Montgomery bus boycott. I wish I could be like Dr. Martin Luther King. And here I am organizing today a program of his speeches because it's so relevant today, just as it was relevant back then. So, great again? No, we need to make America great, period. For the first time ever.
That's just a touch of it. Gayle King will be a part of all of it. CBS News inauguration coverage on Friday. Here with me now. Wow.
Well, that's the first I've seen of that. We had a producer who shall remain nameless, Louis Giraldo. And so he went to this is what he did, 7 cities in 4 days to get a big cross-section of people. You know what I like about that piece that I think is so strong and so powerful is that there's not screaming, there's not hollering. It's just Americans of all different walks of life, all different ethnicities, all different ages, speaking from their heart about what they feel. I think that is powerful stuff.
And we saw Michonne Maddock, I believe, from Michigan, You know,
She said, we worked hard for you.
Well, we worked hard, and you know that's the idea. We're covering this as it regards perhaps the relative unpopularity of an incoming president, but there is a lot of joy in this country about what will happen in Washington on Friday.
And I don't think that should be lost either, Josh. You know, the election is over and the people have spoken, and regardless of whether it turned out the way you wanted it to, or maybe it did turn out the way you wanted it to, it's just great to see democracy in action. The same people, the same country that elected Barack Obama have now elected President-elect Trump. And I think that is very powerful stuff. I like Jeremiah Newton the best, who's from Austin, who said great power comes with great responsibility. And we sit here 2 days away, and there's going to be a dramatic change in Washington. And I think, you know, Donald Trump himself wants to be a good president. He wants to be a president that goes down in history for doing the right thing. And I love the tone that President Barack Obama set from the very beginning, 2 days after the election, where they sat in the office together, which, just think about that picture for a second. We were all like, what is that going to look like? Because that campaign had been so adversarial on both sides, and negative things were said on both sides. And President Barack Obama said, we want him to succeed because we want the country to succeed.
You and I were out on that set, and and I remember you pointed out, you know, when we passed the half-hour mark, something good has to be happening inside that Oval Office. Interestingly, and Suzie Cadey from Cadey, Texas, said this essentially: the office is much bigger than you are. We have seen perhaps struggles or permutations of ego and how it has marked at least the past dealings of the president-elect. Do you have a sense that that is something that he fully believes?
I don't know. You know, people keep saying he's very thin-skinned. He has to stop tweeting. He's now, you know, once he assumes the office, he has to behave differently. We shall see. You know, he has been a very unconventional candidate from the very beginning. I think he likes the challenge. I think he likes the give and take. And I think that he seems to thrive in acrimonious conditions. But when you're the president of the United States, everything you say matters. There's no such thing as an offhand comment. And I think that, you know, it'll be interesting to see how this transpires. The relationship with the press has sometimes been very difficult. But, you know, he has a job to do and the press has a job to do too. So as we sit here 2 days away, it's a brand new day. But what I like about what we're going to do is in this special is look forward.
And again, it's this primetime special that we're talking about.
Yeah, the primetime special. Well, you know, listen, we're going to be on the air, as you will too. It's going to be a long day,
big
Josh,
day,
on the
big
20th. But it is it's a big day. I personally like it when we have those kind of days and that we have a front row seat and we get to be the ones to report the news on that particular day. That also comes with great responsibility and privilege. But I think we want to make a point of looking forward. We know all that has transpired in this campaign, but now, and 2 days later, it really is a new chapter, and let's look forward. What could that possibly look like?
Get you out of here on this one, if only then to see you again on Friday there on the Mall. But what are you looking forward to? Having attended past inaugurations there on Friday on the day side.
I love the process of it all. I do. I love watching the transition of power. I'm really curious to see. I really wish we could so be in that meeting when they have coffee and tea together from 9:30 to 10:30. The Obamas and the Trumps, and then they get in their cars and they go from the White House to Capitol Hill. Wouldn't you like to be in the car? Because President-elect Trump and President Obama in one car, then the two, Mrs. Trump and Mrs. Obama in another car, Vice President Biden, Vice President-elect Pence in another, and then the two second ladies. I would like to be in any one of those cars, but I would really like to be in the President Obama, President-elect Trump. Just the conversation that they will have. And we had Josh Earnest on this morning, the White House press secretary, who said that the two of them talk on a regular basis, often, which I also think is fascinating.
Never have I wanted to be a fly so much in my life. And again,
flies are normally nasty, Josh, but I'd like to be a fly on that one.
Not right now. And as we've heard, the president is ready to not set an alarm on Saturday morning and go. We can only hope that the president-elect is as ready to arrive. Yeah, well, it should be quite a show.
We shall see. And the world will be watching.
Sun up to sundown. Gayle King will be your pilot for quite a day.
There's Charlie Rose, Norah O'Donnell, yourself and you. So we've got a big team in place to cover this story.
I look forward to it.
We got it all covered.
I'll see you Friday, pal.
All right.
And again, as if I need to remind you, having just listened to the dulcet tones of Gayle. Inauguration Day Friday. Complete coverage here from Washington all day, all night, Friday,
Yeah.
January 20th, if you're circling a date on a calendar right
Yes,
here
yeah.
on CBSN.